Welcome to Akhand Vidyashram, the first institute of impeccable wisdom. Procreation, the creation of a perfect human being. My mission, the impeccable wisdom, knowing which everything is fully known. My greatest discovery, Divyank, the divine design of nature, with which the perfect objects are designed and created, including the human beings. Let's review. We, the human beings, are the greatest creation of divine nature, is well known. We are microcosmic representation of the macrocosmic universe, is well known. From that angle, we have also realized that we have evolved from minerals, plants, and animals to whatever it is. And we are designed and created with Divyank DNA only. So from that point of view, what I've shared with earlier videos is that Divyank DNA is defined, designed based on Divyank only, that is 22 by 21 to the power of 10.34419 equivalent to 1.618034. Now with redesigning the whole thing, keeping Divyank in mind, I have designed this, which is given there, which is fairly different from Watson-Crick's model of B double helix, but not much difference. But this also brings out few more interesting chemical structures of DNA which have not been covered. Anyway, for that you can always go back to the old video and carefully study and find this particular picture. So Divyank DNA is the one which is model which we are going to use for creation of the perfect human being thereafter. There are 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes. Is it a coincidence that there are 22 pairs of autosomes? No, because divine design, it has to revolve around 22. So anyway, there are pairs, not single entity. And one of the set chromosome we get from the mother, one we get from father. This also proves that there was no spontaneous creation of the perfect human being as many people have believed. And one of the examples, a perfect human being, cosmic Purusha, was Aitreya Upanishad, where it is said self wanted to create and created something out of it, made a cosmic Purusha, put it into the ocean, and after putting it into the ocean, developed the organs in the system one by one, 10 organ systems, and then 10 organ system is created 10 senses, and then for 10 senses created subjected it to hunger and thirst, and then created a food for that particular 10 senses. And but the cosmic Purusha could not grasp the food through any of the 9 senses. It could get only through one sense, which is normally meant for apana or out breath, through which death takes place, through the expulsion takes place. And this particular line of apana has not understood by anyone, because they have not understood. As a result, they thought it is considered to be a spontaneous creation of cosmic Purusha. But with the help of the guidance of my voice of silence of my soul and my medical background, I've been able to decode that mystery and say it is not spontaneous creation. It's a creation of the fetus within mother's womb from DNA structure step by step. And mystery was demystified by saying that apana is actually umbilical cord through which all the products, the base products of the fetus are thrown out. But that is only out inlet for the food from the mother to the fetus is coming through to prove it is growing fetus, not spontaneous creation. And also the ocean represent amniotic fluid because the concentration of both is identical. And from that point of view, thanks to my voice of silence, we have demystified the whole story and say this is. Now that we know that we are born as a sexual beings through the father and mother's ovum and sperm, and then inherited genetic structure, and how we are grown to further stage is something let us now talk about it little more scientifically and bring clarity ki this is what it is all about. Oogenesis has got 10 stages of formation of perfect human ovum. Oogonium, the germ cell in a mother, has got diploid chromosomes, mean pair of chromosomes. But they divide in such a way in 10 stages, finally you come to mature ovum, which has got haploid a single chromosomes only, say 22 plus Y. And this goes through 10 stages is something which I have now brought it. This picture does not show you as such, but go deep into the books and analyze it further, you will find exactly 10 stages of oogenesis. There is another thing which has been beautifully brought out for the humanity's sake is Divyank sequence leading to the perfect human menstrual cycle, which is very different from all what has been taught from school, college to the university till date, which talks of only 3 stages: bleeding 5 days, proliferation 8 days, and 13 days of secretion with ovulation in between. But actual size according to Divyank sequence is 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus ovulation, then 8, then 5, and then leading to 3. This ascending and descending system of lunar calendar and leading to 29.5 days should be the perfect menstrual cycle, should be the criterion for all the doctors hereafter to make sure if you want a healthy generation thereafter, the mother should have perfect menstrual cycle of this size. And if they follow the same thing, and these days should not be at all difficult with the kind of facilities we have for biochemical analysis as well ultrasound analysis. If we can maintain the perfect human menstrual cycle, we'll have a very healthy next generation. And here the perfect follicle size should be 21 to 22 millimeter only, and that's what is perfect according to Divyank. So I think from that point of view, Divyank has definitely made procreation much more simpler, much more well defined without any confusion. Unfortunately, different books give you a wide range of values of different things, which is highly confusing. Now I'm creating one value for each and everything, and which can be followed systematically without any problem. From that point of view, I think this has been beautiful, enlightening wisdom by and large, you can literally call it impeccable wisdom, with which we can definitely expect next generation to be 1,000 times better. Now coming from oogenesis or the perfect ovum to spermatogenesis, the formation of perfect human sperm, as I have very clearly put here, there are 10 stages. 10 stages spermatogenesis. Primordial germ cell, the spermatogonium is one. Then it goes spermatogonium, first mitosis takes place. Same thing happens with oogonium also. Then primary spermatocyte, then meiosis 1, secondary spermatocyte, then meiosis 2, and then round spermatogenesis. You find almost same identical formula which is applied here is also applied in oogenesis. Is it by chance or because nature design is like that? For another supporting evidence, it is also well received and accepted that one spermatogonium produces 512 mature sperms. So what is the secret? It's also 10 stages. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 50. There are only 10, not 9 and 11. So far I've been trying to say, if you want an impeccable wisdom, remember there are going to be 10 stages at every stage. Look for 10 stages, not 9 and 11. It doesn't happen. Starting from spiral galaxies right up to DNA structure to formation of sperms or formation of ovum. So beautiful. Now from there, and also there's another number which 7 as heaven, occult number. There are about 7 hormones which play an important role in formation of a perfect human sperm. Now that having got a perfect human sperm and perfect ovum, with a perfect background, with a complete structure of Divyank DNA with that, and size, everything is perfect, then this fertilization takes place soon after the ovulation, and ovum, as I said, last 8 days of proliferation play a very important role to bring it down to 21 follicle and the particular size of that. As a result, ovum can survive for 8 hours happily, whereas sperms take 72 days to form and they last for 72 hours. That means each sperm gets 9 chances to impregnate an ovum. That is another beautiful ancient saying which is coming applicable here. Now, having got a fertilized zygote from ovum and this, at the time of ovulation within 8 hours, through fallopian tube, it starts moving towards the endometrium in the uterus. It exactly takes 8 days to come and get implanted in endometrium. If this does not take place, signal goes to the pregnancy has not taken place, and all the synthesis of hormones required for supporting the particular progesterone by follicle, corpus luteum, is stopped. And then we go to the bleeding phase. If pregnancy takes place, then corpus luteum continues to produce progesterone to support the pregnancy, rest of the thing goes on. Now, after fertilization, another thing which I like to bring forth, ancient Indian scripture says Lord Brahma, after creation of the universe, took rest for 1.5 days. Interesting. Why it's interesting? Because fertilized egg, before it takes the first division, our first act of action takes place, it does not do anything. It takes rest for 36 hours, 1.5 days. It is a coincidence? Are those people who are also talking about this creation, not that creation alone? If there is a divine design which universe has used, and the same design is used in creation of the form human beings, cosmic Purusha within human body, I think is an interesting thing. Now, then for next, how binary division takes place, fertilized like one nucleus divides into 2, 4, 8, 16 and goes on, then come to blastocyst. Then take it to stage of trigeminal layer, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm produces skin and nervous system, mesoderm produces muscles and bones, and endoderm produces the internal organs system. So literally you can say we have grown from atoms to elements, to molecules, to compounds, to the cells, to the tissues, organs, organ system, to the perfect organism. The perfect organism of human being to develop fully is very interesting to say. It is again 21 weeks from the time of fertilization. By 21 weeks or 22 weeks, full fetus, perfect fetus is fully formed as such, then goes to further development. That's the reason abortion is not advisable after 22 weeks, because fetus is viable thereafter. And since the viable is, there's another aspect which nature also, my voice of silence made me understand, is perfect time for the soul to enter into the fetus is the 22nd week through the founder. As a result, it can modify the genetic structure to suit the kind of spiritual life you want to lead for present incarnation or present birth. I think this is where spirituality and science also coming together and say this is all it is all about. So at this juncture, I'll also say, okay, from the time of entry of soul to delivery is 117 days, to be very precise. So what happens after 117 days after that for a delivery of a perfect cosmic Purusha? Let's understand. Child delivery. By the time it's come to that full form, is fully developed, now it is there to come to the world to lead the life the way it has come, to take birth for the benefit of self as well as the world as such. Such a born Siddha is when it's born, it tilts his head down and head gets fixed into the bottom part and it starts stretching the cervix of the uterus. When it stretches the cervix of the uterus after getting head fixed, it sends a signal to the brain. Okay, now time has come for full delivery. And what does the brain do? Brain orders the posterior pituitary to release oxytocin. But this oxytocin actually is synthesized in the hypothalamus. And it comes stored in posterior pituitary from where it is released. Once it is released from posterior pituitary in the blood, it comes to the uterus and contracts the fundus on top, and thereby contracting the fundus down, it starts pushing the head fetus down. When more pushed, more cervix is opened, and the signal is again goes back up, and as a result, this particular cycle is called positive feedback mechanism. That means the cause and effect are in the same direction. Unlike negative feedback where cause and effect are in opposite direction. If blood pressure goes up, if blood pressure is brought down. But here, one stimulus leading to cause, effect becomes a cause for the further, goes on till the delivery takes place. And many people say this can be dangerous. But I am convinced nature does not do anything to harm anybody. Nature is a perfect one. But unfortunately, we are interfering with the nature, not letting nature unfold its secrets and do things in automatical way. Definitely, we are going to create a man-made problem which we have been seeing. And my advice to gynecologists and obstetricians is carefully watch and let nature takes its own delivery course. Nature knows how to do what. Do not create an unnatural situation where nature has to do something to overcome your problem and then get into problem. And if it is a vicious circle creating problem, it's only because we are interfering with the system. We are not letting the system take it. Human body is a perfect one. If perfect body is allowed to function with the help of soul, you will have no problem whatsoever. You can prevent all the problems, you can curtail aging, you can even reverse aging. But understanding what's the perfect model, what to be done, how to go about it is something which Divyank has made me understand, and that is what I'm just trying to share for the benefit of the world. This is a divine design. If you flow with understand it, lead that kind of life, you have nothing to worry about. You can be perfectly healthy, wealthy, wise and happy and be in a blissful state 24/7. You can be the greatest creation doing things for the love of the world and there could be world peace. I think that kind of knowledge is absolutely essential for the world to find. And Akhand Vidyashram, with the help of Divyank, is trying to exactly do that. And that is what impeccable wisdom is. So I'm sure from this also, what to be done, what not to do, and how to go about it, what kind of lifestyle is what I'm sharing. And I'm sure everybody could benefit sitting at home. They don't have to come and miss because information available in all the mediums from school, colleges, books to internet to journals and other things is so wide range that everybody is finding it difficult to choose between right and wrong. Whereas impeccable wisdom by Akhand Vidyashram is perfect and I'm sure nobody can find fault with it. Because this everything has been revealed by the nature, by my own soul and with a kind of evidence which cannot be denied. And I want people to look at it with that open mind and then see how it can make a difference to us before creation to during creation to throughout our life, and we could be the perfect ones in tune with nature. And that's exactly what is the message by Akhand Vidyashram through Divyank. And I'm glad that I have been a living example myself. If the people look at my life with an open mind, my autobiography, my knowledge, I think everybody could benefit just for the love of it. And everything is free for all of them. Nobody is being charged for anything. And I'm glad the system is also developed such we can do wonderful job and share free of cost with all the facilities the science has created. Thanks to scientists, thanks to technologists, thanks to YouTube, thanks to Google, thanks to everybody, have made our life much easier. Anyway, coming back to Zen, thank you very much. It has been lovely sharing all the information which I have, and I think please look at it seriously, start contemplating on it, and start implementing. It's never too late to transform ourselves at any stage. All we need to take a decision. We want to transform ourselves. We want to be the perfect human being, in tune with nature, in tune for the world, and done. And I think things are done. I think if our approach is with a positive mind, we can get all the knowledge, and this information which I've been giving slowly and further should be enough to build a new impeccable wisdom, new books, new things, so that there is no confusion, misconception at all. With that, let me once again thank you very much for kind listening. Thank you.